Hello and welcome back to the Only Fools Love Horses YouTube channel, or if you are on the audio platforms on Spotify, hello, there's a video version available over on YouTube. Dublin Racing Festival is on our agenda this weekend. The racing comes thick and fast up until the Cheltenham Festival. We just had Trials Day, fantastic day of racing, 8 races, brilliant Lossiemouth on track, and now we've got some other Irish horses to have a look at with the Dublin Racing Festival. Brilliant day on Saturday, fantastic day on Sunday, and me and Lee are over in Dublin for it. Lee, are you looking forward to the Dublin Racing Festival this weekend?
Yeah, can't wait. It's going to be an early day and a long day. I would have said I'm on a 6 o'clock flight from Newcastle to Dublin, but I can't wait. There's 4 grade ones just on Saturday alone. It's going to be a great weekend, and we're spoiled last weekend from Trials Day. We're going to get even more of a treat this weekend, I said.
Yeah, it should be fantastic. Harry, you haven't been to Leopardstown before, but you're still looking forward to watching it on your TV screen?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had the pleasure of going to Trials Day, so that was me representing the Only Fools of Horses team, and then you two are both representing the team over in Ireland. So it's great commitment from you two. I'm proud of you. But no, it does look set to be a cracking couple of days, and look, plenty more pointers looking towards Cheltenham. I know people say it's not the be all and end all. Well, it is. It is. Cheltenham is the be all and end all, and get a grip of yourselves, everyone.
Love the energy, Harry. Absolutely love the energy from you. We're going to be rattling through these fancy recording just for the purposes of ante-post prices and all that. We're recording on Tuesday evening of the week before. We're going to rattle through it, different styles. We've got 8 races to get through and any other fancies. And we're just going to try and make it a nice, short, snappy and digestible video. So we're going to start with the first grade one, the first race, Dublin Racing Festival. It is the Nathaniel Lacy Novice Hurdle. Predators Gold tops the market 2-1 for Willie Mullins. Gigginstown as the owners. Lachlan there for Willie Mullins again, 4-1. Jatara 9-2. I Will Be Bay 5-1. Stella Story Gigginstown 8-1 for Gordon Elliott. Bigger about the rest. Harry, I'll come to you first of all because you do want to mention a little horse. May not be a strong fancy, but you want to mention one here.
No, not one that I'd be diving into, Ash. It's a race I've got a horrendous record in, which is probably why I haven't travelled over to Dublin at the weekend. But no, Jatara for one. I think she's very interesting for Jessie Harrington. She's a horse certainly on the upwards curve. She's 3 out of 3 on her last 3 starts. And I thought her most impressive one was beating Pink in the Park. Well, Pink in the Park actually ran behind the well-touted J. DeGrugi at the weekend. So I think the form has been franked somewhat. And Jatara certainly deserves a chance. And she gets £7 off these lots. So 9-2 could be very interesting, but not a race I'd be diving into.
Lovely stuff. Lee, equally difficult for you? Have you found anything you fancy?
The 2 at the top of the market are probably going to be tough to beat. It's kind of a Willie Mullins show as we'll go through the races, but look, Predators Gold steps up from 2 miles. It's a big jump up. If you're going to back one and you do fancy that horse, probably the 20-1 about the Albert Bartlett, probably a look a better better than backing this one single on the day. But I think maybe Lachlan, who won over 2 miles 7.5 on heavy ground, is already proven over the trip. Maybe the one of the Willie Mullins, but yeah, tough race to kick things off, Ash.
Yeah, it's a tough race, and as such, I've got 2. My sort of each way play into it is Stella Story. When I was looking at this race earlier, was 20-1, then was 12-1, and is now 8-1. So someone's cotton on to me as well. But look, I think this horse has been crying out for this race conditions. 2 miles 6, ran over 3 miles last time out, and I don't know, didn't win the race, got beaten by Lachlan, but they went an absolute crawl in the early stages and then sort of turned into a sprint in the last stage on sort of sticky, heavy ground. Wasn't really his bag. Before that, finished third Slade Steel, which is a fair run. And then even going further back, he minced Largy Hill, and then in a bumper, he beat Atlantic and Caldwell Potter. So I think he's got some good form in the book, and I think a test like this could suit him quite well. So I like the each way play about him 8-1, but I've been banging on about Predators Gold, so I'm going to stick with him as well. Top of the market, 2-1. Do think the step up in trip's going to really suit him, and I like the Caldwell Potter form line into it. So I've just included me on this one because you two are sort of taking a backseat role potentially on this race, but Predator's Goal for me, but Stellar Story as an each way play into the contest. The Grade 1 Spring Juvenile Hurdle is the next race. A very interesting race now. We know that Sergino is a bit of a monster over in England. So what can the Irish deliver? Which seems weird saying this about the Juvenile Hurdle division, but Stormheart again for Gigginstown could have a good week, 13-8. Salvador Mundi could be having his first run for Willie Mullins, 4-1. Carla Conti, 6s. Bunting, 7s. Cargeese, 7s as well. And small bit of money for Highwind at 10s. Lee, Spring Juvenile, what do you fancy?
I'll take a punt each way at the prices. I think around 6 or 8 you can maybe get about Cargeese. I thought she ran a solid race. She come from France and was chucked into a Grade 2 last time out. She pulled like a train. She was free as a bird, but she still managed to stay on well to the line. I just think she'll improve for that run. And I think she was a big price, an each way price. I do like Salvatore Mundi. Obviously has form with Sergino, who beat him when in France. The Dunleys then bought the 2 of the horses. One went to Hendo, one went to Willie Mullins. And I think he'll be a force to reckon with. I thought they might have saved him for next season. It's late in the day to be coming out. But, yeah, look, he's definitely the one that maybe have a saver on against the favourite. But I'll back Cargeese each way.
Nice stuff. Harry, are you looking more towards the top of the market for this race?
Nice, absolutely. Get stuck into the favourite for me, Ash. The first time I will say it on this video, but look, Stormheart for me, I really fancy this horse for the Triumph, albeit Sergino has set a very high standard after what we saw from him on Trials Day. But this Stormheart, I mean, when I saw him on New Year's Eve, I was like, wow. I was thinking this horse is just... He got shuffled back, I think, jumping the third last, and it didn't look likely. And then an injection of pace, and it was just all over. And he kicked 22 lengths clear. I mean, how many times do you see that? And the third horse, actually, Eagles Reign, came out, I want to say yesterday, and won a handicap over at Punchestown, beating a well-touted Gordon Elliott horse, Timeless Peace, and Tranquil Sea of Paul Nolan. So I think it was a decent effort from Stormheart, and hopefully he can go on and win this and then the Triumph for financial reasons.
You told me that you couldn't even kiss a girl on New Year's Eve because you were thinking about this horse too much.
Oh, honestly, Stormheart, well, the injection of pace, I was like, oh, I wish. No, I'm not even going to say what I was just going about to say on this channel, because otherwise I would not be allowed to talk again. So yeah, fantastic. Move on, please, Ash.
Cut you off early. Stormheart for me as well. I just thought he was very impressive last time out. He was well found in the market. He's got experience behind him, having sort of run over the flat a little bit in France. So he's got race experience, and he seems to put that to full effect over hurdles as well. I'll give you one at a wild price, and it really is a wild price. But Noel Mead's got one in here, open to question, 50-1. I'm interested by this horse. Did a lot wrong last time out when we last saw him, which admittedly was sort of back in September. But they have confirmed him for the race, so maybe a declaration still need to happen, but he still is sort of in the 5-day confirmations. But I thought he did a lot wrong, and he beat Pigeon House by 3 lengths, so I thought it was a good run in the end. He showed plenty of engine. He was really keen and really green and didn't really know what he was doing, but he did well to win at Golden Park. That Pigeon House has then finished second to High Wind since, and only beaten 3 lengths by High Wind. So on collateral form, it's sort of a nice little form line in there. Again, it is difficult, and it's always worrying to have a look at collateral form. But I just thought, what an interesting price, that open to question. He was a decent flat horse. He was sort of running to sort of 80 rated on RPRs. I think he's an interesting one at 50-1. But yeah, mainly Stormheart for me. The Grade 1 Irish Arkle Novice Chase. This could be quite a short conversation because we have got quite a short price at the top of the market. Marie Nationale 1-2. Gaelic Warrior, is he going to turn up here? 3-1. Founder 50, it is 5. Facile Vega, looks like the betting's decided that he's not turning up here. He's as big as 14-1 in places. Also, is only as short as 8-1 in places at the time we record. Ilete Tom, 14-1 as well, and bigger about the rest. Lee, I think you're quite a big fan of Marie Nationale. Are you sticking with him here, I assume?
Yeah, look, I was really impressed with his chase debut. Kind of went out in front, done his own thing, but he jumped great. He's going to get more experience here. If Gaelic Warrior does take him on, it'll be more of a test. But I just think he's going to be too sharp for him over this trip. Hopefully Gaelic Warrior maybe step up and go at the flow gas. But yeah, look, it's all about Marine Nationale, supreme winner. They have a good record, then going on to Arkle's, good chase debut, takes this, and then on to Cheltenham.
Yeah, it's he seems to be a tough horse to oppose here, Harry. For you?
Yeah, I think it's one of those. I haven't seen a chaser take to fences like Marine for quite a while, and I thought his performance at Leopardstown was superb. He beat decent yardstick of Gordon Elliott's in firm footings, who was obviously a close up fifth in the Martin Pipe last year. So you think of it, the form stacks up. Gaelic Warriors dropping down is obviously going to be a threat. He looks like if he does rock up, he'll go from the front, and it's whether his jumping tendencies will just slide him out of it. But it's not one that I'd be diving into, because I think it's a tricky call. I think two's on is a little bit skinny. I know it says I've put him up here, and I do think Marine will win, but I just think 1 to 2. I think it might be a little bit closer at the off.
Yeah, one for the multiple, especially if Gaelic Warrior does turn up. Could be interesting, a little race there. But I'll throw out the question, Lee. If Gaelic Warrior turns up, you think Marine Nationale beats him?
At this trip, I do. It is 2 mile 1. You have to remember the actual Arkle, at Cheltenham, is 1 mile 7 and change. So, look, I don't think that will suit Gaelic Warrior at Cheltenham. And hopefully he'll go onto the new course and go to the turners, and I think that will suit him better at Cheltenham. This race, look, he's got a chance. It's over an extra furlong and a half, and he does have a chance, but I just think of the trip, Marine Nationale is going to be too sharp for him, and whichever way they're going to ride the race, I think he'll be to stalk him and use that boot.
Gents, I know we're going to quickly move on. But however, if these two did rock up, is 2's on for Marine a little bit short, or how can you see these going off at the SPs? Lee, I'll start with you. Just the SPs of the race.
Too short, because I think it's a 2-horse race. It's kind of a match for me. Look, it's going to probably level out slightly. The Shrewdies have got on Gaelic Warrior at 6 to 1 each way for the race, in the hope that he went here. So that price is gone. Look, you just take your chance. For me, the price makes no difference. I think Marine will win.
Ash, bigger or shorter than 1 to 2?
He probably is bigger, but maybe he'd be 6 to 4 on, and Gaelic Warriors 5 to 2. Maybe I'd probably have it like that, roughly, betting the market slightly, and then the rest of the field have no chance. Probably the maths behind it, but I'm not one for maths on odds. But I've just tried to roughly work that out in my head and have a go. But I'd probably maybe say that's as big as you get, maybe. But yeah, who knows? Could be hypothetical. Could be hypothetical in time. Final race on the Saturday that we're talking about anyway, of the Grade 1s, is the Irish Gold Cup, and again another one at 1 to 2 topping the market. Galopin des Champs back to form, back to his Gold Cup winning self in the Savills at Christmas. He is topping the market. Fast or slow, option of the Dublin Chase or this race here, 5 to 2. Conflated 8 to 1. Iron Maximus 33s, Cocoa Beach 66s, and that is your lot, gentlemen. Harry, Galopin des Champs, is it simple as he goes and wins here? Is Fast or Slow any challenge to him?
I personally don't think so. I think the RPR, I think the Racing Post ratings have got this spot on, because they actually had Galopin to run in an RPR of 159. Actually in the John Durkan. Now, if you look at his RPR from last time out, it's 184. That was the same as his Gold Cup win. So he was back to form there, and I thought he was so impressive. I mean, Lee will back me up, and he's big. He's Joe Colon's biggest fan. He's made him look slow, and Joe Colon might be slow to some people, but he's certainly a very good horse. And yeah. Well, listen, Galopin des Champs was almightily impressive last time out, and a repeat of that, I can't see Fast or Slow living with him. And I put the horse up at 40 to 1 to beat him at Punchestown last year and get those hammers out. But I don't think they'll be happening again this time around. So Galopin des Champs for me.
Lovely stuff. Lee, are you siding with Galopin here, or are you looking to jump ship?
No, Galopin all the way. And look,
Lee, how many acres is he in? Galopin.
Well, he's been a good double with Marine Nationale that way. And I'll take all of Michael O'Leary's money back onto the plane when I go. But look, I just think he showed how much of a monster he was the last time. I do think his biggest danger, who is actually 2-1 ahead of him in the standings, Fast or Slow, is probably his biggest danger that he's ever come against, really. And like you're seeing in the Punchestown Gold Cup, he beat him there, he beat him in the John Durham, but that wasn't his trip. He needs, the further Galopin de Champs, and he showed what a beast he is. And I think he'll beat Fast or Slow if he comes here. But he does have the option of going to that Dublin chase, maybe sharpen him up over a 2-mile trip. Who knows? But yeah, Galopin all the way.
I am with Fast or Slow. I just love the horse. I just love Fast or Slow. I think he's done absolutely nothing wrong, and he may have caught Galopin de Champs on 2 off days. The John Durkin was an off day, but you're sort of expecting that. But at Punchestown, he had to come off the pace massively. It's not like there was a massive pace burn up. They went a fair gallop, but it was a 4-runner race at the end of the day, so they couldn't exactly go too fast. And I thought he did a lot. I thought he did a lot of good things there to win at Punchestown. And the John Durkin, I think he showed a real good turn of foot, which you do need in these 3-mile chases. You don't just need ones that sort of gallop and gallop and gallop and gallop. You do need a turn of foot when it comes to it. And I just love the horse. I think he's done absolutely nothing wrong. And look, it's maybe not D-Day in the fact that maybe they'll have him cherry right for the Gold Cup. But at the same time, this is on home turf. This is an Irish Grade 1. Everyone's going to be wanting to win it, and I'll take the chances that maybe Galopin de Champs has had an extra run. He's going to be having then this run, then the Gold Cup. I'll take the chance on Fast or Slow 5-2. I'm more than happy to part my way with the money there. And if it doesn't go well, then let's all start the campaign to have Fast or Slow into the Ryanair. Why not? We'll move on, gentlemen. We'll come back to other Saturday bets at the end of the video. We'll sort of do that all in one. We'll go over to the Sunday now. Again, a fantastic card, like Lee said at the start. 8 races, and the first Grade 1 is the second race of the day, the Ladbrokes Novice Chase, 2-mile, 5.5 furlong. Fast or Slow, 7-4, topping the market. Grange Clare West, 9-4, little Willie Mullins double, soon to be treble in top of the market there. Gaelic Warrior 5-1, Facile Vega making it 6-1, Corbett's Cross 8-1, and American Mike 16s. Harry, I'm going to have to go to you first because it looks like Facile Vega is maybe going here. Who knows? It's all speculation. He could be going to the Irish Arkle, but if he turns up here, would you fancy him?
I think just religious reasons. I have to fancy him. Look, he's becoming a little bit of an enigma, isn't he?
You have to.
Yeah, no. Look, yeah, he's a very talented racehorse, and he can compete at this level. There is no doubt in that. His ability is up there with some of the like Marine Nationale. He was only 3 lengths behind him in a Supreme. That's on a going day. Now, when he's not on a going day, he looks like me after a night out. Like he's just wobbly after the last, and you're thinking, oh, like this isn't going well. But I think if he gets a strong pace to aim at and he gets into a rhythm, you'll see him in a much better light. This extra distance, Lee, you said you fancy him over this distance at the start of the year, and you think he might be a better horse. Well, look, that might be the case. He bombed out last year, but he went hammer and tongue with who was it? It's High Definition, wasn't it? In the race that we'll cover next. But like, if he can get into a decent rhythm and get jumping, I think if he puts it all together, he'll be bang there, and hopefully he can get his mojo back. And I really want to see it, not just for a financial point of view, but for a personal point of view, because he's a lovable horse, and Maria, his owner, it'd be great to see her back in the Wilderness Enclosure.
Yeah, definitely would. Lee, sentimental value on Facile Vega here, or are you looking elsewhere?
Look, for connections, they're all great connections, and I do want it to go well. I just think I can't back a horse that's disappointed like that. I did think at the start of the year that he did need, further than the 2 miles, and I thought he might be more of a turner's horse. But it's hard to then go in again back a horse until you've seen more. So he wouldn't be for me. Factor Fail is a horse I've really liked. I put him on a video at the start of the season. I think it was Pete's video, and says how much I like this horse. And yeah, look, he showed that the last day of his class as well. And I think he'll, be the most likely one to take this. It depends if Gaelic Warrior comes into the race. It'll make it more interesting. I think he should. I think the middle distance is probably perfect for now, and then hopefully he could build to a Gold Cup horse if he can keep showing his potential. But yeah, look, interesting race. I wouldn't be punting so much, but I think back to Fail will win.
Yeah, Joe Chambers, racing manager of Rich Ritchie today, saying they're not sure if they're going to the Irish Arkle. They're saying potentially they don't want to take on Marine Nationale if they have to, kind of thing. And I think they should be going to this race. I don't think it should really be a question. Like this race was won by Mighty Potter last year. It's been won by Mona Lee in the past. Like it's a good race. It's not exactly like it's a grueling test at all, and it's not like a case that has to be labelled for stayers. It's just a good race. It's 2 mile 5, half a furlong as well. It just looked perfect for Gaelic Warrior. They thought he was going to be a Brown advisory horse at the start of the season. He's going to probably mould into a Turner's horse, I'd say. So this looks perfect for him, or at least close to it. And God, he's 5-1 now. He'd be a much shorter price if he went, kind of thing. So I think he should be going to this race. As he's not, and we don't know if he's going anyway. I'm sort of taking a cards close to chest moment here, but look, we'll see how things turn up on the Sunday because, I think he should be going to this race, no doubt. We'll move on to the Tattersalls Island 50th Derby Sale Novice Hurdle, the 140 at Leopardstown, 2 miles, and Ballyburn topping the market, 11-10 there for Willie Mullins' charge. Farron Glory, not seen since his fall at Aintree in the Form B, 4-1. Slade Steele, 7-1, not seen since his victory in the Navan Novice Hurdle back in December. Daddy Longlegs, 12-1. King of Kingsfield, 12s. Bigger about the rest. Harry, I'm going to leave you onto one side for a second because I know what you fancy in this. Lee, Ballyburn, is he your winner?
Look, I think he will win, but I've backed him for the Ballymore, the Bar and Bingham there, and Harry's backed him for the Supreme. So I don't know what kind of race I want him to run, if that makes sense. But look, he's probably the most likely winner. They've done it before in stepped up horses, and also then kept to this trip and went to the Supreme as well. Appreciate, I think, was the last one maybe. But look, very classy individual. Had to come around the final flight the last day, but won it well at the line. Farron Glory, I did think was going to go and win that former Tolworth there, the Form B. That was a grade 1 as well. He's got a lot of class. Look, there's a lot in there. Brighter Days Ahead does have an entry as well. Look, she's a talented mare as well. We've not seen her for a while, but I think this was always the plan to come here. She's going to be taking on the boys. She'll get a lot of experience. She does have a £5 penalty already for her grade 3 win. And that would be a £5 penalty for the mares. But look, she's an interesting contender as well. I think Ballyburn's the most likely winner. Do I want him to win, or probably want to be staying on the other line, maybe, and get beat over for a turn of foot and go the Ballymore? That's most likely for me, I would have said.
Heart and head clashing there for Lee with Ballyburn. Harry, it's very much heart and head on one side here, I suppose, for you, different to Lee, because you like Ballyburn and you've backed him for the other race that Lee hasn't backed him for in Cheltenham.
Look, he knows. Lee knows what race he will be going for. He knows. Look, he was so good last time out. It was a good run behind Five Fox. You've got to remember, Five Fox has had a couple of runs under his belt. He had a run under his belt at Down Royal or wherever it was, and then he obviously went to. He beat Ballyburn over that 2 mile trip. People saying, "Oh, he beat Ballyburn over 2 miles." Well, not be funny. Ballyburn was probably fat as a pig, and he probably never saw a hurdle before that day. Yeah, and then look at what he did over at Leopardstown over that 2.5. He was very good, but you've got to remember they omitted. I think it was the tour. It was the last, wasn't it? So when they jump the second last, which is round the bend, that was actually the last, and the turn of foot was pretty relentless, and he put distance between himself and
over the longer trip that was, though, and that's what I did think. Patrick Mullins said it, and even Willie, that it was the step up and trip that what improved him from the first run.
Yeah, well, look, he'll go here. He'll follow the routes of his other horses. He'll win this by 10 lengths, and he'll go to the Supreme. He'll probably be, I'd probably say 6-4 favourite come Sunday, and he'll piss that as well. So yeah, Ballyburn for me.
I'm stuck between two Ballyburn backers for two different races. I will be on Ballyburn's side. I don't think 11-10 is that bad of a price, to be fair. I think this is
price is a good price in this. It's like Farron Glory, Gordon Elliott
I
said.
can tell you, if this horse was 1-3, that would not be a good price, Harry.
It would. It certainly would, mate. Listen, I am relying on Ballyburn this weekend. I'm relying on him.
I like Ballyburn. I think he's a nice horse. At 11 cents, a good enough price, so I'll be with him. Yeah, I just think he's got the best form, and he's shown enough on the track to make me want to back him. Dublin Chase Gentleman is another one with a short price favourite. Another Willie Mullins horse as well. It's a running theme here. El Fabiolo 4-11, topping the market. Dino Blue 4-1. Gentleman's Demi, 7-1. Captain Guinness 8-1. Fast or Slow bigger. Lee, El Fabiolo, a horse you like. I know you like him for the Champion Chase, so by power deduction, you should be liking him for this race as well.
Yeah, I think he'll take the world of beating. Look, the mare does get weight and won a Grade 1 the last day, but look, Paul Townend won't be messing about. I don't think. Keep him handy, and I think he jumped better the last day. I did see a few people crabbing his jumping. I thought bar the last look, he kind of pecked on landing, but I thought he was a lot cleaner and sharper than he had been last season. And it's been a long time between drinks since we actually seen him there. It was well before Christmas, wasn't it? But yeah, look, I just think he'll take the world of beating. He was meant to run the Clarence House to save him for this. Yeah, simple as.
Fair enough. Harry, what about you? Are you with El Fabiolo or are you against him?
Won't dive into that price. 4-11, skinny enough. We'll certainly know more about his jumping.
Go
on.
What would put you off at the price? Is it the opposition or is it him himself who would, he's not the cleanest of jumpers? Is it him?
That's it. I think Leopardstown's are tough, especially down the back, isn't it? And then they've got the open ditch. I think is it 3 out or 2 out? I think it's the final. It might be 2 out. I'm not too sure. It's a tricky task for jumpers. And look, I think they'll go some clip. If you can forgive Captain Guinness for his poor run at Leopardstown last time, I think he'll have to have a chance. And I think he's good enough to follow El Fabiolo home and give him a race.
I think Gentleman to me would be the one who maybe's take them along, won't he?
Yeah, well, look, that's what he did against Dino Blue, and that also it's going to put his jumping under pressure, and he needs to pass that test.
I think Gentleman to me would be a bit of an interesting horse in this. I'm not saying he's going to go and win, but I think he's a better horse getting along towards the spring, and he obviously won this race last year, beating.
I was going to say, I thought you were Blue Lord, wasn't it?
Yeah, Blue Lord, Sable and Owner, mate, and I'd say El Fabio is better than Blue Lord, but yeah.
Ash, who was fit that day?
Somewhat.
No, Fast or Slow.
Wouldn't you know, eh? Wouldn't you know? But yeah, no bet for me in this. Just let El Fabiolo win if he wants to, or let another one win if they want to. I'll happily let them go without my money. Final race, and it's the shortest price of the lot. State Man is topping the market for the Irish Champion Hurdle. 2-7 at the top of the market there. Imperi Pass 4-1. Bob Ollinger 8s. Eccleston Rain 16s. Phil's Dudari 100-1. I can assume, gentlemen, State Man, Lee, quick word on him.
Yeah, I think you take the wheel of beating. He held Imperi Pass fair and square, I thought, the last day, and he'll be tough to beat. I know there's a lot of favourites, but you can cross a few in multiples. And look, Willie Mullins dominates this. He'll dominate Cheltenham, and I think best in the race. Keep it simple.
Harry, any chance Imperi Pass gets the better of him?
No. Simple as if State Man jumps 2 out in front, he'll win.
Can I just say, I think Bob Ollinger has a chance to overturn.
No.
Harry, for a second.
Oh, I was going to say, because I thought
it's to overturn Imperi Pass. If you listen.
Look, Bob Ollinger he will be ran to finish second. That is just
that's how I think. How I play it, I think I will play it like that because.
And then maybe onto the entry hurdle after that.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe onto the entry hurdle after that. Skip Cheltenham.
He'd love that race.
It just depends whether Constitution Hill then rocks up there or goes to Punchestown. Hopefully he'll come back, go to Punchestown. He tried the longer trip, and I don't think, even though he does stay that trip, he wasn't the most impressive at Aintree. So maybe he'll go there, and the likes of Bob Ollinger could take that Aintree race, like you say, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, but yeah, State Man. I love State. I just love State Man as a horse. I think he's a proper dude, and it's a shame that he lives in the same era as a certain Mr. Hill, because I think he's a very good horse, and we'd be talking about him as one of the sort of good champion hurdle winners of our time, kind of thing. So it's a shame, but he has to do what he has to do and pick up these grade ones, and hopefully he does. And I'd love to see it do it in a fantastic fashion as well. We'll go on to anything else and naps, gentlemen. We've been a bit short priced orientated there towards a Sunday at least, but it's hard to when there's good horses there. But we've got bigger prices to share about other fancies. Harry, do you have anything in the handicaps, or should I leave it to me and me and Lee?
I'll give you one. So Scottish, I think. I can't remember what race it is now. I think it's a Ryanair handicap chase or something. He's about
pick the 410 on Saturday. The listed race, is it?
Yeah.
So
I like after ruin that one for Gavin Cromwell. I thought was coming to win the race there. Leopardstown 2 runs back, fell at the last when got trapped by a Henry de Bromhead horse. Rachel kind of trapped him in, I would have said. But he then ran second last time out. I think was kind of a confidence boost. And yeah, it's a horse that I like, Paftaru, for the handicap there, the listed race.
Do you know who was the Henry de Bromhead horse that
Fox
day?
Tiara.
Yes, I like it for the actual race that we're talking about, the 410 there. So a bit of a sort of collateral form there. But I know it was like, Paftaru was coming with a good run, but at the same time, Rachel's not doing a tap in front when he gets to the front and he goes ahead and he goes through the line. I know it's difficult in the fact there was no Paftaru there to sort of give him a challenge, but Rachel wasn't doing a tap in front. She barely raised the whip on him, and I think he's got a bit up his sleeve. And the time was really good compared to the I think it was the graded race on the day. It might even be one of the grade ones or the grade two. There's a graded race on the day. The time works out really nicely against it. I like the Fox Tiara. I think he's got a bit up his sleeve. Lee, anything else from Dublin Racing Festival?
I do like Baby Kate in the Mares Bumper on Sunday. The last race on the card there. There's plenty in it. Aurora Vega for the Haman Trial Syndicate there. I hope that one runs well. And of course, Sharp Object's going to be in there, isn't she? Jake Price, I know he has shares in her, but yeah, look, I think Baby Kate won the Cheltenham race well, and I think she's got a squeak in a champion bump as she was 40-1. I think I put her up last month or so on one of the Sunday shows. I think she was around 40-1. She's already won on the course. Look, she might be a lively outsider. There's a few mares have won that champion bumper and for Willie as well. So yeah, look, Baby Kate's one I'm interested in. The last race on Sunday.
Brilliant stuff. In that race for me, I'm going to take 2. I've been a bit of a fan of that Mongebello since she won on Boxing Day over at Down Royal. I thought she was quite good that day, beating Sporting Glory and Quint Major. Quint Major had form with Ballyburn from a couple of bumpers ago, and I thought she was quite good that day. So 4-1 about her is not bad. I also think that this switch from Diesel for Seamus Fahy, 14-1, bit of a big price, was beaten by Sharp Object, but nothing went right for him in Ballarome in September 2023. Apart from that, she's finished third to Jalan Dudari and Redemption Day last time out. She did really well to win at Tipperary, and then she was second to Baby Kate at Ballarome on debut. She's got a fantastic engine, and she's by Yates. She's got a lovely pedigree behind her, and 14-1's a big price about her. So switch from Diesel. In the other bumper on the Saturday, I'm taking another each-way swing on things. A Dream to Share. Absolutely love the horse. If he's back to his normal self and back to his sound self, he should be winning this race. But just for a bit of each-way value, Jeroboam Machen, 14-1 for Emmett Mullins, Paul Byrne. 2 from 2 so far. Beat DB Cooper last time out, who's gone on to frank the form a little bit by finishing second to the main hurdle to no flies on him. Interesting now, and I say he's got a bit of an engine underneath him. And obviously they ran Farinilli in this race last year, finished third to A Dream to Share. So it's a route Emmett Mullins and Paul Byrne have gone down before. I like him in that race. And in the handicap, 3-mile handicap hurdle, Search for Glory, 10-1, Gigginstown. I've got a Gigginstown scarf somewhere in this room, can't find it. But there's a 3-mile handicap hurdle and Search for Glory, the novice hurdler, second season novice actually, stepping into handicap company for marker 136. Could take a lot of beating with his graded form in the book. But that's all we got time for on this episode of the Only Fools of Horses YouTube channel. Dublin Racing Festival preview is done and dusted. If you did enjoy, please do like, subscribe. If you haven't already, check out our ante-post videos. We'll be doing plenty up in the run to Cheltenham. Obviously, coming towards that stage of things, we'll have a preview as well, which we'll like to announce very, very soon with some special guests, I'm sure, and some fantastic things to be looking forward to. If you're having a bet this week or at the Dublin Racing Festival, please do gamble responsibly. We'll be back 10:30 a.m. Saturday live as usual, and Sunday live, gentlemen, I assume, is going ahead as usual as well, depending on flights and stuff.
On Sunday, we'll have George Gorman on this week.
Brilliant stuff. He's Gary Moore Racing, isn't he?
Gary Moore Racing, yeah, he's got plenty of insight for.
Brilliant stuff. Yeah, have a good week. Dublin Racing Festival, what a fantastic time to be alive. If you're going over, best of luck. If you're watching, best of luck. But we'll see you very, very soon.